Teams have always been one of the best parts about superheroes. They show the power of teamwork and how you'll always need a friend during hard times in life. And time again, this has been demonstrated, whether it be in movie form, television form.
How long have you been practicing law?
About 7 hours.
And even in YouTube video form.
Hey, bring me my shield! Catch! Ah! What the f is wrong with y'all?
But of course, there are some groups that demonstrate this better than others. In this video, we're gonna be ranking every group in Marvel, ranging from groups like the Avengers, the X-Men, and even lesser known groups like the Midnight Suns or even the Black Order. So be sure to stick to the end of the video to see my final ranking on this list because it might shock you. Oh, and make sure to grab some food because this video about to be hella long.
Everything hurts him. He's a human. Keep forgetting he's a human.
Now, for the first group we have is the Midnight Suns, which is a group that consists of the supernatural characters of Marvel. Characters like Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, Ghost Rider, Blade, and a whole bunch of other people that I'm not about to go over because there's so many people in this group. But anyways, this group was formed with the mother of all demons named Lilith, was about to be resurrected, and her plan was to take over the earth, but that's when Ghost Riders Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch formed the group to put a stop to her. Okay, quick disclaimer, there's a lot more to the story, but I'm gonna just keep this nice and short because I really don't need to be giving y'all a 10-minute essay on each group. Now on to the ranking. Now, to be honest with y'all, this is honestly one of the coolest, most unique groups in Marvel. I mean, bro, look at this lineup. With all that being said, they're going straight into the they/them category.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Let me give you guys a quick breakdown of what ranks we're going to be using. At the top, we got the Stan stamp, which means any group that goes here gets that Stanley approval, which means the absolute most, cause he's dead. Next up is they/them. Then we got the solid group, the mid group, and then the why do you exist group. I'm sure you can think of at least one group that belongs in this tier. And those are the ranks. The Inhumans are a very underutilized group in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and there really hasn't been any representation on them, whether it be a movie, a game, or even a show.
What's up?
No, most definitely not you. Anyways, to give you guys a quick backstory on this group, the origin story dates back to around 50,000 BC while the Kree and Skrull War was taking place within the Marvel Universe. During this war, the Kree stationed themselves on the planet Uranus. And during this time, they would experiment on the Homo sapiens of Earth, creating a mutation of Inhumans. And after a while, the Inhumans went on to form an isolated city called Atalan, a secret society that was led by the royal family, which consisted of Medusa, Karnak, Gorgon, Triton, Crystal, Maximus the Mad, Lockjaw, and finally, their king, Black Bolt. All members of this royal family possess extraordinary abilities, but I'm only going to go over Black Bolt because he's the most relevant. He has an ability where any sound that comes from his mouth pretty much disintegrates anything in front of him, as shown in these clips here. With all this being said, they're mid at best. The next group we have here is the first villain group of this video, which is the Sinister Six. This group usually has 6 of Spider-Man villains, usually consisting of Dr. Octopus, Vulture, Rhino, Sandman, Mysterio, and other classic Spider-Man villains. And there is one thing they all have in common. They're all grown men. Wanna know what else? They constantly be getting packed up by this 16-year-old kid. Nah. Seriously, how do 6 grown men, superpower men, get pieced up by a kid who can't legally drive? Literally no reason for their existence at all. The Guardians of the Galaxy are a team of intergalactic outlaws and mercenaries led by Star-Lord, who primarily defend the Andromeda Galaxy. This team has some of the most the most fiercest warriors in the galaxy, like Gamora, which is the daughter of the Mad Titan Thanos, which will be featured later on in this video. But the other members of this group are Drax, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and Star-Lord, and a few other people, but those are the main 5 members that we all know and love. Now, there are a lot of different versions of this group in the comics, but I'm only talking about the MCU's version. Now, I would give you guys a quick breakdown on their origin story, but there are 2 movies that completely go over their backstory and how they formed and everything like that. So, with all that being said, if we're going off the MCU's version of these characters, I'd put them in the solid group tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't do the most in the movies.
What did you say?
But they didn't do anything little, you know, they're a solid group. Okay, now this next group we have here, by all means, is the coldest group in this list. Not only are all the members like that, but they're named cold too. The group that I'm talking about is the Illuminati. No, not the MCU version. They did these absolutely rude. The version that I'm talking about is the OG version of the comics, which is a group of pretty much every leader of every team that formed to put work behind the scenes without any of their teams knowing, to protect them from the multiversal threats. Now, there are a few versions of this team, but I'm only going to go over one. This specific version has Reed Richards, Professor X, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Black Bolt, and finally, the GOAT, the legend.
But my enemies call me Namor.
There's really not much else to say about this group, other than they getting that Stan Lee approval, you know what I'm saying? The next group we have here is a team called the Web Warriors, which is basically just a team of every Spider-Man across the Marvel multiverse. Oh no, that's it.
Is this nigga serious?
Stan approves. Alright, so this next team is probably the most important team in all of Marvel, along with their villains. And yet somehow they get the least representation in media, and I really hope the MCU does this group justice, because boy did these movies kill them. In case you guys couldn't somehow tell, the group that I'm talking about is the Fantastic Four, arguably one of the most let down groups in all of Marvel. This team consists of Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Ben Grimm, and Captain America, Michael B. Johnny Storm. These four received their abilities when Reed Richards was hyper obsessed with the magic of science and was doing the opposite of what this guy said to do, and got smacked with cosmic rays along with the three other members, and that's how they all got their abilities. Long story short, they woke up from a coma, became famous, and then was the birth of the first ever family of Marvel. And I don't know about you guys, but I believe Stan Lee and Don Toretto will give their approval on this team, because family is everything. Alright, so the next group we have here is the X-Men, and to be honest with you guys, I've really never been a fan of this team, like, whatsoever. Alright, just hear me out. I know they're a fan favorite, but growing up, they've always been the most dull and boring to me.
How dare you!
I mean, I do like Logan, Charles, Magneto, and I guess Deadpool if he counts, but the rest of them have always seemed so lame to me. So with that being said, they're mid at best. The Defenders are an interesting group of four characters consisting of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage, all possessing their own abilities that sets them aside from any normal Marvel hero, like Jessica Jones for example. One of her abilities is being able to block mind control, which would be very useful in the DC universe because I swear everybody gets mind controlled. Luke Cage's main ability is that his skin is impenetrable to pretty much any man-made invention. Okay, maybe not any man-made invention, but pretty much all of it. Anyways, Iron Fist is basically just Ryu from Street Fighter, and Daredevil is just a blind lord who can smell your hot breath from 3 miles away after you just ate a big steaming bag of talking. And yeah, that just about covers it. Solid groups here. Alright, the next group we have up is the Avengers, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I need to give you guys an examination on this team. I mean, there are literally 10 movies worth of content on this group, and not only that, we literally have an entire cinematic universe that was revolved around this group, which is basically what I just said. But regardless, they're going in the Stan Lee tier. There is literally no discussion. Now, this team, on the other hand, probably needs the most examination out of anyone on this list because the MCU did not do this group justice at all. The team that I'm talking about is the Black Order, which is a team of the Mad Titan Thanos and his subordinates. Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, Supergiant, and Black Dwarf. Bro, what kind of names are these? Anyways, during Thanos' attempt in finding all of the Infinity Stones, he realized that he wasn't him and needed help in his search. During the search for the stones, they stumbled upon the Illuminati and got pieced up, which is where their story pretty much ends.
Wait, no, wait, what?
Now, if I were judging this group off of the MCU's iteration of them, they'd be at the bottom of the bottom because nobody in this team did anything other than Thanos. But I'm going off the comics. And if I'm going off the comics, they definitely deserve to be in the Deschan's Den too.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Alright, next group we got is...
Oh! Ew! What the fuck?
Yeah, screw a breakdown. They're literally just watered down versions of the Avengers, bro.